What's going on, guys? So I'm back here slightly in the kitchen, gonna do an out the box this time. Big old robot triceratops. So I was looking for this guy forever. We just happened to be out on Sunday getting breakfast and wandering about. Stopped at a slightly different Target than I normally go to. Boom shakalaka, there he is on the shelf, along with Lear class. We used to be called Blackout, but is now called something else. Other helicopter guy. I don't remember, don't care. So, I got me some Slag. I don't care if this is Slug. He's not Slug, he's Slag. He always will be Slag. I don't care about inappropriate, silly terms. Also, anybody who loves the character also doesn't care about those terms. Did they maybe just lose the copyright? Who cares? He's still Slag, not Slug, always will be. It's got the Studio Series 86 box art. You know, got a Slaggerific side there. Got the 86 cutout, come around there. Got the other thing, come around there. It's got the thing. And yes, for those wondering, I still haven't got my review set up. Might have to very soon, just for another thing entirely that's going on my channel. And also, I don't have another knife, so I gotta use this guy right here. But for those who do not know, favorite Dinobot. A lot of people would lean towards Grimlock, but me, I'm gonna go with Slagosaurus. Slagosaurus Trex. And of course you do get the big old diorama kind of dealy here, which is that place in that thing. I'm fairly certain I'm not going to need the instructions, but I'm going to pull them out just in case. And so this is unbroken, so you guys are going to see. Oh yeah, off to the side there. Can't even look at it. Is what it is. I mean, once again, he's Slag, so there shouldn't be any mysteries. And yeah, he does come with a quote-unquote Daniel, much like Grimlock came with Wheelie. And yeah, it is sort of a representation of the character, but if anybody has MP Bumblebee, you already have a representation of a Daniel. Which is fine. Alright, so first and foremost, he's a big chunky boy. Grimlock's in there on the shelf, so I can't do an immediate comparison, but right off the bat, I mean, he's huge. Like, he's a tall boy. Like, I mean, he takes up the entire packaging, which is pretty impressive in my own right. I mean, he'd be standing like that much like that, but got some paint. Got the gold paint down here on the toesies, green and blue paint there, Tampo on the chest, gold paint with the Tampo on the dino head, same for the tail. This is one of the only versions of a Slag that I've seen that the tail does not incorporate elsewhere. They literally just have it hanging off the back. And I think that's a pretty big oversight for Hasbro, because otherwise, this is probably the best one they've ever created. You know, they've never done an MP. They've only ever done Grimlock. So you have to leave it up to third party, you know, many third-party companies to make Dinobots on their own, and most have made very good. I believe that probably Fans Toys is the best variation therein. And like, I for a brief moment considered getting at least their version of Slag. Though I don't know which one, because I know they had two. You know, they had Cesium that came out later on. There's a slight redo, which is a pretty decent redo. Okay, so we'll get him out of there. Once again, big chunky boy. Try to keep my mess somewhat neat here. Gotta clean up when I'm done. And just like the wheelie with the Grimlock, the Daniel doesn't transform and is stuck in a riding position, which is just stupid. Also, sorry for the AC noise. I do appreciate that they gave us a pretty good gun. Like, this is a pretty good painted rifle. But I think for the most part, their guns always were black. This one is a painted khaki, for lack of a better term. I don't actually know what color this technically would be. Okay, so let's see if I can tilt the camera down. Alright, so, and you can still see the remnants of previous out the box. Okay, so there's the Daniel, which is pretty stupid, and I frankly don't care. And it will be super easy for someone like DNA Designs to make one that works. They've got a wheelie that transforms and looks pretty decent. I will be getting that upgrade set for Grimlock. I just haven't yet. I think it is in stock. At least at TF Source. I'll get Splinter out of the way here. Okay, so yeah, looks pretty good. The only thing that sucks is his horns are hollow, so that's a definite upgrade. No, I'm worried that they're pinned in, which they might be. Because there is a... Oh no, they're not pinned in. They clip onto the pin hinge that's right there. So that'll be easy. And those are painted. They've got a little bit of a pearl sheen to them, which is pretty cool. Although the frill around the neck, which generally speaking chrome, at least from a toy perspective, is not painted. This part is painted, this kind of graphite color. This is painted. Though these bits here, which are generally painted with the hoses and wires and stuff, is not good there. And unlike usual, where the toes here become the nodules on his back, they actually have fake ones there, so that's interesting. Now, while I've seen a review of this, I have not watched the transformation or anything like that, because you guys know how I like to do. I like to try to transform it on the first go. Okay, so he does have a double jointed elbow, and it is a hidden elbow joint there, which is pretty cool in its own right. The hands rotate? The hands do rotate. Okay, how do they disappear? They just push in? That's what it looks like, but I'm not sure. Oh, I bet you... yeah, okay. Interesting way to do that, okay. So it rotates off-center, which is kind of cool, not gonna lie. Toes are fine, though they should have probably painted the front toesies. Okay, so Autobot emblem, once again, it's got this colored paint. They went with the red head, as it were, so he's a ginger. You know, that's always been a point of contention, I think, is like, what color should his head be? And, you know, it's like it just sort of splits down the middle. Sorry, I'm trying to get this backpack situated, since I accidentally pulled it and made it go flying. Alright. So that doesn't... This just sort of tucks up in here. So that's what I'm talking about with the tail, the way they just sort of tuck it back there. I think most of the time they try to hide the tail within the legs, but in this case, they actually hide the dino legs within the legs instead of having them pop out on the outside. So they actually borrowed some engineering, I think, from third parties. Currently, the only other version of Slag I have is the DX9 version, which is really good, but has some transformational issues. So I gotta drink a little coffee here. Oh, something that's interesting. They have these bits of the frill on the shoulders. That's kind of cool, I think. Oh, might be stupid. Might be stupid, might be cool, not entirely certain. Okay, so normally speaking, this is the bottom of the dino mouth, but here it's fake. This is actually part of the chest. Okay, so it means all of that's gonna pop up to transform. Okay, so all of this is gonna flip back like this and extend out, and I know his gun comes down here to become the tip of the dino tail, which is a neat thing, but come on, I could have worked with that. Alright, so let's start on the legs, because I don't know what's going on down here. Let's see. Very nice ankle rocker, though. That's good. No toe point. Okay, so this is going to flip up This needs to come down. This is going to flip around. Oh wow, that is a pathetic dino leg, if I had to say so myself. And I do say so myself because I'm the only one here. I think they actually end up making this go downward, if I remember correctly. Okay, so that tab's back into place where it was. Okay, so flip down, flip up, flip out, put that back down, put that back in. Yeah, as the dino leg goes, that's actually kind of pathetic. So I'm at a weird angle, I can't see what I'm doing, I'm just sort of fingering at it. Here we go. Yeah. Okay, so those legs need to point the other way, right? But under normal circumstances, the whole leg would fold up, which means in this case they're not going to. He does have a double jointed knee, which is a good thing. Oh, maybe it does do the thing. No, it can't do the thing, because that's facing the wrong way. Okay. So I've got to figure out exactly what's going to happen here. And the two legs are definitely going to tab into this guy somehow. Okay, these are going to peg in there. Now see, it's facing the wrong way. That doesn't make a lot of sense. That doesn't make sense. So that would have to go down. Also, just the fact that those are just completely hollow is so dumb. I mean, I guess that might work. I mean, it fits, yeah. So that fits exactly in there. I don't know what you do after that. Huh. Okay. So, once again, I'm doing this without any instructions and just figuring it out from what's in front of me. So that has to do that because that even notches in right there. So utilize both hinges. You have to turn that down. And that has to plug in there. Except now that's not even, something's not right. Okay, like that. Okay, so that would pass in between there, huh? Okay, so okay, so there's a hinge here. Hinge there. Is it dino body split? Slide forward. Okay, so that hinges up because you're gonna have to hide the fucking dino face. Ah, okay, okay. So you open the chest. And that's how you get to the rest of the dino body. Like so. The face does hide away pretty nice, that's good. Okay, so these... Oh, okay, I see what's up now. So this is on a double hinge that rocks inside. That's unique. Okay, okay. Probably still need to stay there. Okay, so double hinge, which is pretty stiff in its own right. Come on. Tuck down in there. Come on, buddy. Something. Oh. Have to go like that. Got it. Rotate. Close this back. Still a little funny that you keep that same plate there regardless. Okay, so this has to do something. I don't know what. Okay. So I know that has to plug in there. No ifs, ands, or buts. That plugs in there. But then 180 degrees. Like so. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, okay. I don't like it, but it makes sense. Oops. And this does not want to tab in. Oh, where's the damn? Like so. Then that means this will come down and land right here. Okay, okay. I got you, I got you. Bring down the sides of the potato. Okay. So that's good like that, more or less. You can see how this just doesn't want to fit. That comes down to something with the leg not planting properly. Oh, it could be because the tail was supposed to extend down through this. I'm a dummy. Yeah, that's what it is. I'm a dummy. There you go. Do that. Tap that in there. Tap that in there. There, and that holds that gap a little bit better. This gold piece goes here. See, I feel like they did some excess molding just to force it to look a certain way, and they didn't have to add extra shit because they could have just done it the normal way. Okay. Get a little bit of a reverse bend on the legs. Is that what you're supposed to do? Do that? Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. Okay. So you utilize part of that double hinge elbow to set the legs forward, and then you do the same thing with the back legs. The back legs are incredibly disappointing, not gonna lie. Actually, they also remind me of part of the DX9 bots. Not necessarily Slag, but Sludge, I think, had very similar legs. Because I mean, look how tiny that back foot is in comparison. But there we go. There you have Slag, not Slug, in his Daniel mode. And you have the big pegs here, so the Daniel can hold on. What to do? This is stupid because I mean they didn't give you anything else going on there. So I mean, integrating the gun is a cool idea. Also, you've got extra pegs on the back and on the top, so if you want to mount your gun in a different spot, you can do that. And of course, if you have any of the other stupid like add-on bots that have nothing to do with this line, you could do that too. Okay, so let's just give them a little bit more room here. It's just weird because, like, not using the chest as the bottom of the mouth is very much against the, like, design of this guy. It's very strange in its own right. But overall, I think he is good. Definitely the best representation that we've ever gotten from Hasbro, specifically. I mean, you know, we got the painted blue eyes, so they didn't give you a clear translucent bit. Although I'm sure somehow DNA will figure out a way to make a translucent head and translucent tail. So if you want to go for a toy look, you can. I don't know why you would want to, realistically. At least in this day and age, the toy look is kind of out. This particular back leg situation is really bad. Well, engineered cool, looks very bad, especially in Dino mode. And if you're somebody who wants to keep your Dino boys in Dino mode, that's important, you know? Looks like these parts are going to be a little hard to keep in line. You can open the mouth without the face becoming completely visible, which is a good thing. And he does have a peg in there for bluish parts, so that's cool. Look at that. That's a good thing. I do dig that. I do dig that a lot. So, as my favorite Dinobot, it's mostly done good. Mostly. Engineering is a little silly when it comes to kind of hiding the feet, as it were. Like this entire situation down here. Like the fact that the robot feet are down here instead of up here. I don't know why they wouldn't do that, other than sometimes it's a pain in the butt to fold that in. Why they keep the tail as an entire solid object that's still attached, I have no idea either. That could have easily been done as a whole separate piece or something. I don't know. Like, they could have broken it down a little. And once again, dino legs are kind of silly. The weakest thing, period, is the inclusion of the Dinobot. I don't think that was even necessary. I mean, for $50, this is actually pretty good. I think I paid more than that just for my DX9 Slag, which is in the other room. Yeah, I'm just thinking about where it is. So, hollow horns seem pointless. They spent all this time doing everything else. Even the gun's not hollow. They give you hollow horns. So you can guarantee that's going to be like the first thing re-engineered by someone else. Maybe somebody will give us the other color head. Like, that's just a preference thing, whether you prefer him with the red head or not. But otherwise, pretty good. I think they could have painted this a dark color, or maybe added some silver or more of this color to bring in more details. Ton of surface details gets lost in the fact it's all the same dull gray color. I guess I can rotate the entire leg so I can not lose the length there. Yeah, because I mean, these back legs are actually very long. They're just so stupid that you don't want to use them. Yeah, just like it's got the tiny little ankle hinge, which is kind of stupid in and of itself. I like the chest collapses. That's actually kind of a cool way to do that. It's something I have not seen before. And let's see here. I'll try to get him to stand proper. Which he is not doing. He does not want to stand. There we go. Had to get the leg fully extended once again. Okay, so that's him. Got all these things. So I mean, here's the splinter, So splinter is just a little above the back end there. Not counting your crappy Daniel. So he's pretty good, I think, even compared to Grimlock. Grimlock's available. Hold on. I guess that's actually pretty close. I was going to say that they're not, but I guess just because he's more of a potato, Grimlock is a bit more tall. It makes more sense, and get rid of the small bots. It'll work. Now, will they give us all the Dinobots? Not likely. At least not if they're sticking within the movie, because not all 5 Dinobots were in the movie. At least not throughout the entire movie. But if they keep this up, it'll be cool to have a big size version of our favorite Autobot team from the early days that were definitely not robots. Grimlock still has a couple small issues here and there, but I think that with the DNA upgrade kit, it'll get better. Same thing with him. I think he's got a little bit less paint than Grimlock, at least in separation, but otherwise he does look pretty good. The gold on this head looks better than the gold on this neck, so I think I dig it. But yeah, that's going to be it for this out the box video, guys. Yeah, once again, I'll get back to real reviews, quote unquote, pretty soon, because I need to. I got all these figures piling up. In fact, I need to unpile them up before the wifey gets home. She's already unhappy with me, so I've got to fix it. But until then, guys, I'll catch you next time. Remember, as always, to keep on nerding.